Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're going to go over some of the games I have on my Switch. These are Nintendo indie games. These aren't necessarily the best or all of them out there. These are just ones that I have on my system that I really like. So let's go over them and see what you think.
Super Meat Boy!
Okay, starting off with Super Meat Boy for the Nintendo Switch. This was released years earlier, I believe on Xbox 360 and PC. This is platforming at its absolute best. If you are an old school gamer like me who grew up on Nintendo and platforming games like that, this is right up your alley. The levels are so well designed, lots of really unique ways to get through. Pinpoint accuracy you need. You also need very quick reflexes, and you're going to die a lot in this game. But that's kind of the fun part of it. When you do finally figure out how to get through the level, it's so satisfying. Especially when you can see the replay and see how many times you died, and then finally making it through. I absolutely love this game. I can't wait for the sequel. I know it's going to be a little bit different, but this one in my books is one of the best platformers out there. It's very difficult. It can be frustrating at times, but that's partially why I like it, because I can pick up this game and play it over and over and over and never get tired of it. It's such a great game. If you've never played this, give it a shot. Moving on, guys, this is Golf Story. So this is a golf RPG hybrid. It's almost like an adventure game in a sense, but you're also playing golf and doing golf little related chores and golf mini games. It has RPG elements, but you're also doing golf-related mini games. You're also playing rounds of golf. The golf itself is very solid. Even though the graphics are pretty rudimentary and pixel-based, the game looks really nice. It plays fantastic. If you're a fan of old school golf games, kind of on the Game Boy Advance like that, you'll love this game. It plays fantastic. The RPG elements are really good. Keeps you very occupied. You can upgrade your clubs. You can do different things such as mini games to get more coins, to buy more items, to help solve different people's needs and progress through the levels. There's obviously different golf courses in the game. Each have their own kind of different look and feel. There are different things you need to do in order to unlock these courses and get to them. There's challenges that have to be met. It's just a really good game all around. If you like golf, give it a shot. Here is a puzzle game on the Nintendo Switch. This is Picross S. This is a grid-based puzzle. This was also available on other systems, the 3DS, maybe on WiiWare as well. These are essentially logic puzzles where you have to determine where blocks need to be filled in and left blank, and eventually it will reveal a picture. It starts with smaller grids, maybe a 5x5 grid, and then it progresses all the way up to 20x15. So obviously the bigger the grid, the more complex the puzzle becomes and the longer it takes. Some of the beginning puzzles might take you as little as 20 seconds to complete. The bigger puzzles, I've done these with my wife, and we've been doing them for maybe an hour at a time. They can be very difficult, but they are satisfying when you get them finished. You can also play this cooperatively with another player, which is nice to have two people doing it at the same time. It is a really fun game. It takes a lot of strategy and thought to finish some of the puzzles, and it can be very time consuming, but overall it's very fun. Moving on, guys, we have another platformer, and this is Celeste. This came out in early 2018 and received really high scores across the board. A lot of people gave this a perfect score just because of the sheer gameplay that's involved. I really like this game as well. I don't know if I would consider it a perfect game, but it is a lot of fun to play. It has a lot of elements somewhere along the lines of Super Meat Boy in a sense, where you need pinpoint accuracy to get through certain levels. The biggest difference that I see in this one is the ability to double jump, which allows you to get through some really tricky areas. This one probably has more of a story than a lot of the other platforming based games like Super Meat Boy. Again, you will die hundreds of times. It will tell you at the end of a level how many times you've died, and I couldn't count the amount of times that I actually died in this game. But it kept me coming back and wanting to finish the level, and that's obviously a good thing when a game makes you want to do that over and over. A definite must play if you've never played this. Next up, we have SteamWorld Dig 2. This game to me is like a cross between Dig Dug, Metroid, and Legend of Zelda. A very weird combination, but it works very well. This was the first SteamWorld game that I had played, and I was very impressed with it. The graphics are very nice, nice 2D style. The gameplay is fun. You do a lot of digging in this game, obviously, hence the name. You're digging for different gems to get money, you're avoiding obstacles, you're killing enemies, you're kind of solving basic puzzle elements. There's good story, good characters, there's a nice hub world that you can go to and talk to different characters there, upgrade your axe, upgrade your weapons, different things like grappling hooks that help you get through certain levels, different axes that will help you get through other materials that you couldn't before. The gameplay is very tight. He controls very well. It's a big game as well. You can play this for quite a long time. I'm only about maybe halfway through the game, and I've been playing for many hours already. If you like platforming games with a twist, then this one is definitely something you should check out. Here's my first shoot 'em up on the list, and my only one. This is Graceful Explosion Machine, one of the first titles that I downloaded on my Switch when I got it. I'm a huge fan of old school shooting games like Gradius and Life Force, so I really wanted to try this. It looked really neat. The aesthetics of it looked really cool, and I wasn't disappointed. The gameplay is really smooth, really fun, hectic at times, lots of enemies on the screen. You have different abilities. You have your normal laser that will fire continuously, but it overheats, so you have to watch. You have secondary weapons like missiles, a second laser, and also almost like a blade or a sword that comes out of your ship. You collect gems when you kill enemies, and that helps charge up these secondary weapons. So you really have to watch and kind of conserve your secondary weapons for when you need them. There's also a dash ability that lets you go through enemies in short bursts. Again, you can only use this at certain times, so you have to be careful when you use it. If you're a fan of shooting games, this is a really fun one to play. There's 4 levels, each level has 9 worlds in it, and I would play this again if they added more DLC or if another version ends up coming out. I really enjoyed this. Shovel Knight, Spectre of Torment. I gotta tell you right off the bat, I absolutely love the Shovel Knight games. I think they were the first to really capture the essence of the 8 and 16-bit era, but they did it so well. They combined so many games together and made such an amazing series of games through the Shovel Knight series. This one is really well done. I like playing as the Spectre because he has different abilities for jumping and destroying enemies. Again, the world in this, very good RPG elements, reminds me a lot of Zelda. The combat is really well done. The puzzle and the platforming is fantastic, especially, like I said, with his new ability. It's still a difficult game at times. There are some sections which, are easier, but then you get into the later levels and they are more difficult. The enemies are good. The collecting the coins and the gold to purchase new abilities is fun. It's fun all around. I really can't say anything bad about this game at all.